Have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, the very words you use about money are the one thing holding you back? We're going to dive into a forgotten law that says your words aren't just descriptions, nope, they're direct commands, and they're shaping your entire financial reality.
So let me ask you, does this feel familiar? You do the budget, you work hard, you try to think positive, but that feeling of pressure of being stuck financially, it just won't budge. If that sounds like you, hey, you are not alone, and we're about to explore a reason for this that you might have never ever considered, one that puts the power right back in your hands.
And this brings us right to the heart of the matter, with this idea from teacher Florence Scovel Shinn. The core idea is this: money isn't just dead paper and coins. Oh no, it's an active energy, a living substance that actually responds to the names we call it, for better or for worse.
So what is this fundamental law, really? Well, it's actually beautiful in its simplicity. Think about it. You call your dog by its name, and it comes running, right? The teaching here is that money works the exact same way. It responds to the name, that specific vibration that we attach to it. You call it by a name of scarcity, and it hides. But you call it by its true name, and it has to answer.
Okay, so what's the mechanism here? How does this even work? It's your subconscious mind. Think of your subconscious as a faithful, totally obedient servant. It doesn't judge, it doesn't analyze, it doesn't get sarcasm. It just hears every single word you speak, whether you're dead serious or just kidding around, and it accepts it as a command to be made real.
And this leads us to the most crucial point, really. It's how most of us are unknowingly using this incredibly powerful law against ourselves. And it happens in the most ordinary places, in our casual, everyday conversations, through the careless names we give money without a second thought.
Be honest, do any of these sound a little familiar? Because each one of these isn't just a phrase, it's a decree, it's a command. When you say, "I can't afford it," you're naming money impossibility. When you complain that "it slips through my fingers," you're literally naming it fleeting. And guess what? Your subconscious hears these commands and says, "Yes, boss," and faithfully obeys.
You know, this short story from the source material it's a real wake-up call. There was a woman who would always joke about ending up in the poorhouse. She thought it was funny, but her subconscious mind, it didn't get the joke. It just took the command, and over time, her entire reality shifted to perfectly match her words. So here's the bottom line. Your subconscious makes zero distinction between your carefully crafted morning affirmation and a casual complaint you make to a friend over coffee. It's all the same to your subconscious. Every single word is a seed. So the real question you have to ask yourself is this: based on the words you use every day, what kind of financial harvest are you really planting?
All right, so if careless words are the problem, then the solution has to be in conscious, careful, deliberate words. This is what the teaching calls the divine reversal. It's all about deliberately, and I mean deliberately, replacing those false, negative names for money with its true, powerful, positive names.
And this table just makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? I mean, look, over on the left, you've got all the common names we give money: burden, hard, scarce, ugh. But on the right, those are its true names: divine substance, obedient, plentiful, my servant. The whole game is to consciously shift your entire vocabulary from that left column over to the right.
So, how do we make this shift practical? How do we actually do it? Well, it's not enough to just stop saying the old words. We have to actively build a new decree. This is about creating a new, powerful statement of truth that's going to overwrite all that old, negative programming. Because in your world, your word is law. Period. Our new decree starts with this huge shift in perspective. Money is divine. Now, when you declare this, you're reframing everything. It's not just paper anymore or numbers on a screen. It's a spiritual substance. It's a tangible expression of the abundance that flows through the entire universe. Then we add this next layer of power: money is obedient. Whoa, this is a radical departure from believing that money is tricky or hard to get. This decree states that this divine substance isn't rebellious. It's actually designed to answer your command. It wants to come when it's called by its right name. And we complete our decree by defining its relationship to us. Money serves me under grace in perfect ways. This frames its arrival not as some big struggle or a grind, but as a harmonious, easy flow, divinely orchestrated to work perfectly for you.
Now, understanding this principle is one thing, But applying it, well, that's everything, isn't it? So let's get super practical. Let's look at the actionable toolkit you can use to put this law to work in your life, starting right now. Okay, so the source material gives us these 4 key practices. It's a really simple but powerful system. We're going to walk through each one. Guard your tongue, use the mirror, apply substitution, and practice thanksgiving. First up, guard your tongue. You have to be vigilant. I love this analogy. The tongue is the rudder of your life's ship. Guarding it means you consciously catch yourself the second a negative phrase about money is about to pop out of your mouth. Stop it mid-sentence if you have to, and then, either in your head or even out loud, just say cancel and neutralize that decree before it takes root.
The second practice is to use the mirror, and the psychology here is so powerful. You literally write your new decree. Money is divine, it is obedient, and it serves me on your bathroom mirror. Why? Because when you see those powerful words right next to your own reflection, day in and day out, your subconscious starts to fuse that decree with your very identity. It stops being something you say and starts becoming who you are.
Third, and this one is a real game changer, is the law of substitution. You don't fight a negative thought. You don't wrestle with it. You just replace it. Instantly. The moment the thought, I can't afford that, pops into your head, you immediately substitute it with, God is my supply. You think, I'm so broke, and you instantly replace it with, I am abundant. I am supplied. You are actively rewiring your brain. And finally, number 4, practice thanksgiving. Think of this as the fertilizer for your decree. It makes everything grow faster. And here's the key. You give thanks before you see the physical result. This act of gratitude sends a powerful signal to your subconscious that the outcome you want is already a done deal, which of course massively speeds up its arrival in your life. So when you start putting all of these pieces together, the new decree, guarding your tongue, using the mirror, substitution, thanksgiving, something really profound starts to happen. It's a shift. You go from just saying words to truly embodying them. The affirmation is no longer something you do, it just becomes who you are. And this quote just captures that final transformation so perfectly. When you look in that mirror, you're not just reading words anymore. You are seeing yourself as the person for whom those words are an absolute truth. And at that point, your subconscious stops hearing a command and starts recording a new identity.
And so we end right where we began. This entire law, it all comes down to taking complete and total responsibility for our speech. We've learned to call money by its true name, divine and obedient, and we have the practical tools to align our words with that truth. So now, the only question that really matters is, looking at your own life and listening to your own words, what financial harvest are you planting right now, today?